everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of Rollin with Ruby. We're on the road again in Southern Illinois, traveling around delivering adaptive equipment and smart technology to Illinois residents. Before we get started, though, say we had a little bit, we changed it up a little bit, so we're using different headsets.
Yes.
They have different microphones on, so if anybody wants to give us some feedback on that, we would appreciate it. Let us know what the audio sounds like on this one versus episode 1.
Yes.
Because it's a work in progress.
Absolutely.
The other thing is, I did send. I'm using a selfie stick today instead of holding it arm's length so that people couldn't see up my nose.
Yeah.
See my mumbles.
Really don't want you looking at their nose. You know.
Right. So anyway, so today we are going to be talking about devices that help amplify sounds to help with people that have difficulty with their hearing or have some hearing loss. Of course, it's no big surprise, right, Sam, that we have people that we travel to go see that have hearing loss.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So when we talk to them to schedule our appointment, we ask them, is there any kind of device that we could help them with their hearing loss? And so we're going to go over those today. Okay. So let's see. The first device is, excuse me while I get up close and personal with you on the camera. So the first one is called a Sereonic TV Soundbox. I'm going to show you that here in a second. When I get it here. Right here it is, the TV Soundbox, Sereonic. Looks like somebody said the other day it looked like an iron, didn't they say?
It does.
It does look like an iron, yeah. So tell us what the Soundbox does, Sam.
So we are able to connect it to the TV. It needs to be a newer TV, but we're able to connect it to the TV. The Soundbox sits on a base, and that's where it charges. And then you can lift the Soundbox off the base and bring it over to where you are sitting, and it acts kind of as an
amplifier.
Yeah, as an amplifier over by where you're sitting, so you don't have to have speaker. Hello.
We're having a hard time wording today.
Acts like a speaker, so that you don't have to turn the volume of the TV up so loud, because a lot of times when we go into clients' homes, the poor family is just like, oh my gosh, they have to listen to the TV at top volumes, and it just disrupts everybody in the house. And so we're trying to make that environment good for both parties.
Sam, I worked in the nursing home. The majority of my career was spent working with the geriatric population in a nursing home, and we would, and most of the time, people had suites of 2. There were 2 people in there, or 4, and there would almost inevitably be somebody in there with a hearing loss,
right? And
they would have to turn their TV up loud, and it really disrupted that whole unit or that suite of individuals and stuff. So this would have been awesome for nursing homes, assisted living facilities, independent living facilities. I mean, we had an independent living facility that was attached to it as well. And you could walk down the hall and hear people's TVs down the hallway because they had to have them up so loud. So, yeah. So this device actually comes with, I'm going to show you here, it actually comes with a guide manual. It comes with a guide, a quick start guide. It's got a couple of different options you can use. This is the main part of it, of the Sereonic. That's the main part of it. That's the speaker.
That's the travel speaker.
Yeah.
So
you could carry this and set it wherever you're going, in the volume control you can see on the top. And then there's a little place for the pairing on the side. But here's the base that it sits on, and it charges. Just this tiny little base here. You can see all the connections here on the back. So, but this is the base that it sits on to charge. Let me see if I can do that. And while it's charging, then the person can, they could be doing whatever, but when it's time to sit and watch TV, then you can just grab the device off of the charger and take it wherever you want. And the sound is really good.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah.
We had a little gal the other day that, as soon as I turned that on, she had the biggest smile on her face.
She did, didn't
she?
she?
Very, very happy to get that.
And if it's a new, talk to him about the TV. You said it had to be kind of a newer TV for it to work.
for the connection.
Yeah, the optic cable.
Yeah, there's an optic cable. It needs to be a little bit of a newer TV for the connection and for the output settings.
Yeah. At least it has to have the ports and stuff on it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but it doesn't have to be like a smart TV, does it?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think it does either. It just has to have that capability. It has to have those ports. Because there are options where you could use the red and white, I think
Yellow.
red,
Red,
cables.
white, yellow.
Yeah, cables to connect it in the back, and I think there might be some way to connect it for maybe HDMI, or is that the
Yes.
that's the oh, is it HDMI? Okay.
There is HDMI, and then there is also now let's see, I'm having trouble wording
In there. It's awfully early. I know.
It is, yeah, it's too early.
You haven't had the caffeine yet.
Oh, you can connect it. There's all kinds of connections. So there's another way too that you can connect it, like through your cable box or something like that, and then into the TV. There's several different connections.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a link for it in the description underneath this video when we get it uploaded. When we get back home after rolling with Ruby.
Yes, and do check for the specifications.
Oh, absolutely.
Out, for hookup and things like that.
But here's the thing about this one. This one, you now with the Illinois Assistive Technology Program, that's we're in Illinois. They have these devices, and check with your state's assistive technology program and see if this is a device that you could borrow before you purchase it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what AT programs are all about. You know, they have these devices. As a speech therapist, I used to borrow stuff from our AT program, like the augmentative and alternative communication devices.
What is that?
AAC is augmentative and alternative communication. It's like the communication boards that people they got symbols and or they're light writers where you can actually, it's just the keyboard that types out text and then it speaks it for you, or
It has pictures and things.
Yeah, symbols,
so
icons
if you
and
wanted
stuff.
like a glass of milk.
Yeah.
It has that picture. Okay.
Yep, you would hit the glass of milk, and then it would have been programmed ahead of time to say, "I want a glass of milk." And then so if you have difficulty with your speech, so anyway, that's kind of that's what I would borrow for. So check with your state's AT program and see if they have something like this device. That way you could try before you buy it. We're all about that.
Yes.
Let's see. The other thing we have is, let me grab it here. It's called a pocket talker. Is it pocket talker?
Yes.
Yeah, pocket talker. Yep. It is a personal amplifier. See that? It's about as big as a deck of cards. And it's got a little microphone sticking up out of the top there. And it's got a volume control. And then you have headsets where you can actually plug the headset in for the listener. And then the person that's speaking would talk into the microphone. Or you could probably take it, like at the dinner table and lay it there, and you could
turn the volume up.
Yeah, turn the volume up and collect, hear people at the dinner table and stuff. But it is an amplifier. It's not like it's not meant to take the place of a hearing aid, unless you're just not ready for that yet. And those can be kind of expensive and everything. So the pocket talker is really good for people that are ready to, that maybe have a little bit of difficulty. Maybe your family caregiver could use it with you when they really need to communicate something important like financial or healthcare. That would be a good time to use it. But it is just an amplifier versus like the hearing aids. People with hearing aids, it is. What's the word? I'm see with the wording again. It is. I can't even think of the word now. The hearing aids are made specifically for that person's hearing loss. So at the different amplitudes, the different frequencies, that they don't have, that maybe they have a loss at, it is programmed. That's the word I'm looking for. Programmed.
Yes.
Specifically for that person's hearing loss. But whereas an amplifier, the pocket talker just amplifies all sound, good, bad, and ugly. So it can be kind of annoying to people that have a hearing loss because they'll hear everything then.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to point out, Christina, and we find this quite often too, is there may be people that are not quite to the point of needing or wanting hearing aids.
Yeah.
But they are missing out on a lot of just social conversations in the household.
Oh my gosh.
Between husband and wife, and between caregiver and individual being cared for.
Yeah.
And even just, not the healthcare and the financial and all that stuff, that there's a lot of important just social conversations
Oh, yeah.
that individuals need to be a part of.
Yeah.
That, if you feel like you're missing that,
Yeah.
but are not ready for the hearing aid, some type of sound amplification device
Yeah.
may help you with that. And, we don't want you not being involved in conversation. That's part of our humanness, is being social and being
is
to people in our household.
Yeah, even if it's just one person.
Right.
We are communicative human beings, and we have that desire and that need to be heard. When I was in grad school, so I'm a speech therapist, when I was in grad school, we had to, and I think I've told this story before, but I think it bears repeating, especially since we're talking about hearing. I had to, we had a class with audiology, and I had to wear the little sound earplugs, yeah, I had to wear earplugs for the whole, for a day, and then we had to write a report about, we had to write a paper on what it was like to experience it. And I found myself, when I had the earplugs in, I was walking around and I wouldn't pay attention to people unless they came over and tapped me on the shoulder. I just tuned people out, and so I know there was a ton of things that I probably missed because I wasn't attending to I wasn't able to attend to other people's speech, and unless they came straight to me and said, "Hey, I'm talking to you,"
right?
And then there's that component of not, as the person that with the hearing loss, not wanting to say what, because you're afraid you're being, you're afraid you're or pain, and and people. You're afraid people will stop talking to you if you ask what too many times. So those little pocket amplifiers are super, super handy, and we'll put the description to that as well in the bottom. So in the description under the video, the details. So let's run through, Sin, real quick, what the resources that we always talk about, and we'll wrap this video up with those 3 resources that we think every caregiver needs to know about.
Right.
Number one,
your area agency on aging. And just for information, you can find all of these resources on our website at aecorner.com under our resource page. But these 3 top resources: area agency on aging, a huge wealth of information and resources for seniors and caregivers of seniors.
Yeah, so we have a national directory on our page, aecorner.com. Number 2 is the state's assistive technology programs. We have a national directory listed on our resource page that you can go and put and check where your state's AT program is, assistive technology program is.
Right. And just one thing, can I clarify assistive technology, because we came across this yesterday.
Yeah.
We just want to make it clear that assistive technology is not just the smart technology, like the smart home stuff and the robotic stuff. It includes other just general medical equipment, what we call DME, durable medical equipment, all kinds of things. So don't think that it may not include you, because it's not just the high level tech stuff.
That high tech stuff. They have low tech stuff there as well. And then number 3, Sin, is
the lending closets.
National directory.
Yeah, we've got a national directory. You can type in, is it your zip code or your state? It's your state, isn't it?
It's listed by state.
Yeah. And find lending closets near you.
Mm-hmm.
And lending closets are organizations, usually a .org, that will collect gently used equipment. They will sanitize it, clean it up, refurbish it, and then loan it out for relatively nothing, basically for free or minimal cost.
Low or no cost.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So very, very awesome resources that you need to know about. If you are a caregiver, if you're a solo individual living, trying to age in place. Very good resources.
Yeah. So make sure you go to aecorner.com and click on the resource tab up in the menu bar. Those are our top 3 resources that we think they're just well kept secrets, I think. Well, I'm surprised. We probably give this information out, I bet, a handful of times a day.
Right.
And very rarely do we get people like, oh yeah, I knew about that.
Right.
Most of the time people are like, oh, I had no idea that was there. I wish I would have known.
Yeah.
So make sure you check that out. Also go to our YouTube channel. If you're here on our YouTube channel now watching this, join our Corner Crew. That's our YouTube community that we've created, and you get content it's members only content. We're setting up Zoom room so that we can talk to you if you want to join the Zoom room and ask us questions about your specific situation. And then we also have 50% off promo code for our videos that we have. Our caregiver video library on our website as well. So you can have promo code for 50% off.
Yep. So hit that join button and be a part of the
Corner Crew. Yep. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel too. We're trying to get to 15,000 by the end of March, and we would love your help. If you do nothing more than click subscribe, we would really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
That'd be amazing. So we're going to keep on driving. We're on our way to Southern Illinois, and we're going to go out and spread some love and care. Everybody have a good day.